So we're back for technically another match ramble, but kind of a side mission in our Bryan Danielson AEW run. Now, last match we discussed was Bryan's match against Trent Beretta on AEW Rampage. But on that night, a very infamous match happened in terms of Bryan Danielson and overall his faction's career, the Blackpool Combat Club. We had in my opinion, one of my favourite resilient matches, star-making performance matches ever. In the main event of that same Rampage card, we had Jon Moxley, Bryan's stablemate, versus the ever persistent Wheeler Yuta. Now, obviously, going into this match, we all knew, even from the Bryan run, Yuta's persistence and wanting to become a member of the Blackpool Combat Club, obviously having the tag match with Bryan, even having the singles match with Bryan on the Dynamite prior. But in that time also, Yuta went and won the Ring of Honor Pure Championship, so he really was desperate to prove himself. And obviously Moxley being the more brutal out of the two, I would say. I think that's a fair statement, especially how things went. This match, I think it goes down in infamy. I think it's a very iconic match for me. It's one of my favourite visuals. Everything about this match. This is what Yuta was. This is what Yuta's level was. I miss it. I really do. I love Wheeler Yuta. I think he's an excellent wrestler. Moxley's just incredible. We all know that. But Jesus, this match, even as a technical match standpoint, it's great. It's just what it does. It's the star-making performance of Wheeler Yuta. It's the star-making performance example I use to anyone. It is one of the best resilient spots. It's one of the best use of blade jobbing. It's one of the best TV matches. It's probably Rampage's best ever match. If I'm off the top of my dome, it probably is. And I miss Rampage. But honestly, the match starts up. So Yuta's fired up for it. The crowd are cheering like hell for him. And Moxley makes his entrance, goes off, and then during it, this just sets the tone. Yuta dives at Moxley before Moxley even gets in the ring, and they start brawling out in the seats and stuff, and that just sets the tone of it. Even Taz on commentary is like, Jesus, fair play, Yuta, Christ, no one does that to Moxley. And then the match basically continues every time Moxley hits, a chop or a strike or whatever, because it's not for the belt, it's not pure rules, it's straight up fight. And I really like that. Obviously, so Mox in it does some beautiful holds, beautiful strikes. I'll get into them after a minute. But the main thing that basically turns the match on its head was, so Yuta won't say die. This is the exact word you'll use for describing that match. And Moxley and Yuta go outside the ring, and Moxley gets Yuta's head and basically curb stomps him onto the steel steps and goes in the ring. And then that's when Yuta's blade job, he cuts himself. That's when he starts bleeding, and that's when the match, it's very early on, the match is only like 15 minutes, but it just gets so much done. And essentially, it just goes from there. Yuta's bleeding, and when I mean it's a blade job, I mean he's bleeding like hell. The blood is so thick, so just on the ground. It's one of my favourite visuals of blood in wrestling ever. I think very few people will very much be able to dispute that, if they know what they're on about anyway. And then Moxley's just battering him. Absolutely battering him, getting some of the straitjacket hold, starts chopping him, starts, kicking him, all that shit. Gets a few bear slams in there, and then, but basically, Yuta gets him back outside the ring. Both of them are outside the ring, used by the steps, and he makes Moxley rush in, and he dodges out the way, and Moxley gets into the steel steps, and the crowd goes nuts. The crowd is loud as hell. For a TV match just randomly on a Rampage, it's insane. Let's go, Yuta is screamed. Even people going, yes, let's go, Moxley. No, let's go, Yuta. Fucking great atmosphere. Everything about this is just, it's brilliant. Again, it's one of my favourite TV matches ever. It's one of my favourite matches of Wheeler Yuta and Jon Moxley ever. I just think it's a very important match. Again, so as it favours on, Yuta gets some licks in. Every time Moxley's hitting him, he's screaming. Like the pain Moxley, you can tell Moxley's continuously have to up his level, like Bryan did. Even like Bryan did against Trent Beretta in the match on the same card, where he tried to push him up, but then Trent couldn't get past that last level. Moxley's continuously getting in there, getting a lot of Bulldog chokes, going for the King Kong Lariat, stuff like that. Oh my god. Yuta towards the end, we'll get into that, but the dives, Yuta does some dives. Yuta dives Moxley onto the table. Moxley's cut open a bit. Oh, it's fucking excellent. It's excellent. It becomes a pure, I hate using the word, it's a slobber knocker. It fucking is. It just becomes wild. The crowd, it's like a fucking watching two gladiators in tournaments. It's the make him. Yuta will not say die. He's screaming. He gets in the, basically Moxley gets him in like a walls. I forget what the exact, like a Scorpion Deathlock type of move, or I forget what Moxley's name for it is. And Yuta's screaming in pain. The blood's going down. Oh my god, it's just ingenious. Yuta eventually breaks it. Yuta breaks up one of Moxley's chokeholds. Oh my god, it's just impeccable. It just gets you going. This is very simply a David versus Goliath matchup in the best way. Everything about it, knowing how brutal Moxley is, knowing how Yuta is, he's bleeding, he's screaming in pain, and he won't say die. He's screaming, going, they can hear the pain, but he won't give up. He's doing the kickouts. The kickouts are excellent towards the end. He won't tap. He's in a lot of holds. He won't tap. He reverses a lot of it. You really get to see just what Yuta's made of, and it's a very beautiful story in the sense of he's constantly trying. He's trying to prove himself. He went on, won a belt, but he still has to beat Moxley. Moxley won't respect anyone he's bled with first. Don't forget that. He shared blood with, and he didn't, and he did with Yuta. He did, and that's what I loved. I loved it. Moxley's reaction to the kick out, saying, like, what the fuck? Brian, oh my god, the thing that Yuta does towards the end, he goes for, so he gets Moxley kicks out, and he goes to kick Moxley's head in, and he starts kicking Moxley's head in. He didn't do the chance, but he should have. What the fuck? And then he goes for, he doesn't even go for the label lock, he goes for the choke lock on Moxley. Moxley reverses it. Moxley ends up getting a King Kong lariat. Yuta kicks out. It's fucking going off. Moxley goes for the guillotine. Oh my god, Yuta breaks it. He won't say die. I mean it, he does not say die. He's screaming. Visually, Yuta screaming with the face thick full of blood. Oh my god, one of the best images in modern wrestling history. Argue with a fucking wall. Oh my god. And then, as it further goes on, Jesus, Moxley ends up getting Yuta goes for a standing guillotine. There's a lot of paradigm shifts, there's a lot of, Death Riders, essentially. There's no stomp, but I feel like that come later with Moxley's moveset. And then, oh my god, the finish. Yuta has Moxley in a guillotine. Moxley reverses it and goes for the guillotine himself. And then he doesn't get it. And then he starts whacking Yuta in the head like that. And Yuta's just out like that. It's just, he's dead. The image of them both on the floor, lying there. Yuta's covered in blood. The mat is covered in blood. It's just stained with Yuta's just determination, just bleeding out of him. Oh my god. And then after the match, Moxley gets the win. Yuta doesn't tap. That's the main thing. He does not tap. And then after the match, Moxley's Yuta, Brian and Regal come down. Regal looks pissed because obviously the tension they had, and they're looking at him, they're standing around, look like they're about to attack him. Even Taz says, "Don't do it. He's done more than enough." The crowd, and then this is one of the best moments ever. And then all three of them, Moxley's sitting there. Moxley's wiped out the match. He's in the corner, like, what the fuck? He's bewildered how that level has that happened. He is bewildered. He's shocked. That, not the fact that he won, the fact that Yuta was that good. He's like, fuck. And I love that. I think Moxley sells that 10 out of 10. There's no notes on there. Regal and Brian come down the ring. They're circling Yuta. Yuta's kneeling. Oh my god, it's like a fucking Renaissance painting. Wheeler's kneeling, bleeding like the head, and he's going like that, going, come on, like he did in the match. He's going, come on. He's screaming for more. And they're looking at him, and the crowd are going, let him in. And he stands up going, come on, ask him for more. He stands up, Regal staring at him like that, and Regal puts the hand out, and he instantly shakes it, and Yuta's in the BCC, drenched in the blood, forged by combat. Don't give a fuck, bro. Fucking perfect. I adore it. One of the best moments, one of the most deserved moments, everything about it. It's one of the best star-making performances ever. And he didn't even win. That's how good it is. That's how good of a star-making performance is. You forget he doesn't win. It's impeccable. What the hell is that? And just, oh my god, it's just everything about it. I mean, Jesus, what else can you just say about this match? If you've never seen it, I mean, it's only been recently uploaded to YouTube because Tony Khan loves my shit. And then, oh my god, it's the best star-making performance I've ever seen, and I don't give a fuck. If anyone has any others, please let me know. But this Oh my god, it's instantaneously one of the best. Yuta, after the match, Yuta's drenched in the blood, and he's going off his head and writing BCC on his chest. Moxley goes up to him, he goes like, respect him, and he goes, the real work starts now. Oh my god, it's brilliant. I love it. I love the imagery. I love most aspects. I adore in wrestling. This is it. And I know I'm talking about the Bryan run, but I had to talk about this match. There's no way I had to miss it. It's too important for the BCC story. It's one of my favourite matches on AEW TV, and it's the star-making performance of a century. If you've not watched it, like I said, it's on YouTube for free. If you love Wheeler Yuta, you know Wheeler Yuta, and that's because of this match. That's how good this match is. It's only short. It feels so impactful, and just it's one of my favourites. It may not be a true masterpiece. I could describe it as that, but it's one of my favourites. It's a marvel. I adore it. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that match because it's on the same card. I felt like I had to. What's your opinion on Moxley versus Yuta? What's your opinion on Yuta? Do you miss this Yuta? Because I miss him like hell. And it's a phenomenal match. But yeah, let me know, and we'll be back with more Bryan stuff eventually.